Hey guys, Token Plays here, and today we are going to be playing a fan game of Five Nights at Freddy's called A Shadow Over Freddy's. I originally saw this game thanks to a YouTuber called IB43. I saw the title, thought it looked cool, I wanted to try it, so I went around looking, realized, oh, it's not technically here, but someone still had a download link for it. So what I'm going to do is, so I downloaded that, and this is what we're playing right now. So it might actually be different than what was originally there, but it should still be the game. I don't know anything really about how this plays. I don't know the mechanics. I don't know what animatronics are in it. I remember reading the summary or something about I'm after and I'm going through the pizzeria, I think. I can't really remember. Either way, let's get into the game and see what happens, shall we? Now, in the summary, it did state there were two endings, a true ending and a bad ending. You wake up in a small dark room, laying down on a cold checkered floor with your back against the wall, feeling like hell. Your mouth tastes like copper and there's nothing to hear but the low buzz of a metal fan. Ah yeah, I forgot, this is a point and click style horror game. Gradually, your eyes begin to open, muscles trembling as they try to stretch and contract. Your memory is foggy and your head throbs, failing to recall any information that might shed light on your current situation. This static can't look good for you, so I'll try to get through this quick. Your body reacts faster than your brain, picking itself off the floor using a desk nearby. You grab a light source and begin to look around to regain your bearings. A lifeless husk of a building reveals itself to you through the cone of the flashlight. Dust and cobwebs lining every corner, crumpled up papers, cups, and black stains covering the floor, drips of water seeping through the rotten wooded ceiling. The layout is familiar to you, but its walls aren't nearly as inviting or friendly. Your chest feels heavy with dread, much like a man to be hung at the gallows. First coherent thoughts that enter your head urge you to leave as soon as possible. Leave immediately, before the shadows that have devoured this abandoned building come to consume you as well. Welcome to Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. It's great to have you back home. Definitely not what I expected, but I'm interested. I feel like it might be point and click in the same vein as At Dead of Night. You know that game? Night 1. Find the exit. Okay. Interesting. I didn't expect this, but I'm excited. I'll go around just... Okay, first of all, I'm going to the kitchen. I need to see if they've added a model for it. No, they have not. Okay, fair enough. Oh. 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 Hi. Hi, how are you? Uh, I don't appreciate that noise. Oh, 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 oh god. Hi, puppet. No, 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 no. What happened? Hello? Hello? That's concerning. Oh, you're pulled back to safety by a floating, featureless figure standing before you with its eyes locked on your pale face. It looks like it wants to help you recover your lost memories. The shadow offers you a story to clear your head. Will you accept? Um, yes. There once was a little kid who liked to play with his toys by his own. He lived with his family on a small, peaceful house outside of town surrounded by forestry. Oh, jeez. Alright, bud? I don't think dog's eyes should look like that. Then again, a kid's head shouldn't look like that. But Holmes' backyard was his personal stage, where he played with his figurines of various shapes and sizes, making plays which were acted out for his enjoyment alone. Although he was alone, he was content in living out his youth playing with the plastic friends his parents had gifted him. They were a small mannequin, a stuffed teddy bear, a porcelain dress-up doll, and a toy robot. But one day, family's pet dog stole one of the toys during his playtime. Into the woods he ran excitedly away. He excitedly ran away with the toy robot, prompting the kid to chase after him to reclaim his friend. Annoyed by the dog's playful attitude, the kid caught up. Grabbing the toy from the thief's mouth, it began to pull. The dog, excited to finally receive the attention it craved from the young master of the house, refused to lose this game they found themselves playing. The toy robot was almost free from the dog's mouth when... Snap. Relieved to have gotten his friend back, the kid wiped off the pool of drool off the toy robot with the bottom of his... He walked back home, leaving the animal twitching helplessly on the grass, with barely enough room left in its swollen neck to let out a pitiful dry howl. The kid, arriving back from out, positioned the toy robot back where it was on his makeshift stage and continued playing. Later that afternoon, the parents found the body of the dog. They buried it where it stood. 4 nights remaining. Well, that was certainly simple. That's concerning, though, that it was simple. Because I still got no clue how this works. I went right last time, let's go left. I heard a footstep, I don't think it's in this. Night 2, follow the music. Oh, hey. Oh, okay, so it's just the arcade machine. Well, we're not going back there. I know that. Okay, so this is a mechanic, I don't like that. Remember, it's only an issue if this fucker looks at me. The rest of them are just a costume. This is what can do damage. Let's sit here and wait this out now, because I don't know what I need to do. It did say follow the music, right? Because tried following the music, I couldn't find what I needed. I'm gonna die this night. Ow, that's loud. Okay, so I know the jump scare now. Yep, follow the music. Okay, I'll follow the music. Dude, that sounds a lot louder, right? So I'm assuming go that way, and that's even louder. So it's gotta be in front of me, right? And that's the loudest, right? So it's gotta be up here. Do I have to find it multiple times? I have to find it multiple times. Apparently not. Hmm. Okay. Good to know. I don't hear anything. It needs to always be the same spot as well, which makes... That's close. I can't hear breathing. Oh. We'll find out. Don't hear anything? Come on. What? I didn't even see them. You're pulled back again to safety as the sounds of the untuned music box wind down. The shadow offers another story as a reward for completing your task. You accept? The story I tell you to you is a true story that I pray you never. There once was a boy who laid awake at night during a harsh downpour. Beneath the covers of his bed, he closed his eyes and tried to ignore the storm just outside his room. Enveloped in darkness, a sensation of creeping discomfort kept him from falling asleep. The roars of the storm were nothing compared to the restlessness that the shadows cast from the window gave him. He felt eyes watching him from afar. The boy opened his eyes and looked toward the window, but nothing was there. He tried to go back to sleep. He opened his eyes again, and out of the corner of his eye, he spotted it. The hollow, white eyes of a living shadow. It appeared just as quickly as it went away. His uneasiness pushed him to the side by growing curiosity. The boy got up from his bed and approached the window. Oh, it's a dog! From out the glass, he could see it, the silhouette of an animal, darker than the night around it, and void of the color even when light struck its frame, running off into the trees with a familiar object stuck in its mouth. His favorite toy, stolen again, being carried towards the forest. The boy couldn't help but follow along the shadow's path. The night air was freezing, brazen winds carrying countless droplets that hit the skin like marbles, their impact deafening any other sound than the imposing thunder. Full of premonition, but he knew where the shadow had gone to, that place at the edge of the forest where he had left the family dog. He was sure he would find it. Standing in front of the grave once more, the eyes from the shadow had gone away. In its stead, the twice stolen robot now lay on top of the muddy mount. But this time, it was moving. Its tiny plastic arms flailing violently from side to side, its head rotating in place. The movements were sudden, but clear. Unprompted by any outside influence, a spark of life was trapped inside this tiny vessel. Fascinated by such discovery, he picked up the toy from ground and held it with both of his hands to prevent it from escaping his grasp. Oh, so that's how he came up with the idea. Interesting. Because I'm assuming it's the dog's soul, so he just assumed, oh, it's probably that. Interesting. Smiling from ear to ear, the boy headed back home. 3 nights remaining. 3 nights remaining. Yeah, I'm gonna die. Or maybe I will survive. Fucking nightmare. Okay, what do we got now? Don't stand still. Enemies will move into your room if you take too long, hiding next to you. If a shadow's in the same room as you, it'll wait for you to move before attacking. Find it and scare it away before you proceed. A new presence has appeared in the restaurant. It moves slower, but it's harder to detect. Be patient when leaning over onto other rooms. Oh, damn it. Enter the kitchen. Oh, hey. Can't hear anything. Can't see any shadows. Let's go. Oh, I need a key. How do I find a key? I can't hear anything. I think we're fine. Oh, not going that way. Any shadows? I know it says, oh, they'll only be there if you take too long, but I just want to make sure. Do me a favor, fuck off. I thought this was a kitchen. Do you know what's this? What the fuck this is, buddy? Because I got no clue. And I just about made it. What story do you have with us this time? You're pulled back to safety as the room fades away around you. The shadow offers yet another story from your past. You accept? Yes. Next time I'll go all no. This is a true story that I tell to you. I hope you're taking notes for the quiz at the end. Oh, fuck you. There once was a young man who had grown hungry for knowledge. Growing into adolescence, he had isolated himself from his family, focusing instead on his passion for the unknown. The spiritual, the place of mystery he had come to know years ago. In a box under his bed, he hid his secret away from all others. His living plastic friend, still thrashing and writhing inside. Every night he observed his moments intently. The young man spent entire days away from home, reading and studying about spirits and vessels. His interest turned into obsession, and his need to understand grew. Alas, it was all for naught, as no book had the key to the answers he'd be seeking. All he found were vague rumors and legends with no instructions or explanations. To continue down the rabbit hole, he knew what had to be done. Since he was a kid, the young man never saw his dad as anything more than an obstacle. He was a moody, aggressive old alcoholic who only talked to his son when he needed something to shout at. Having driven everyone that loved him away, the drunkard was worth less than nothing in the eyes of the boy. Thus, he was the perfect candidate. One day when coming home, seeing the old man sprawled out onto the kitchen table with a bottle in hand, he decided to show dear old daddy a new way of life. Holding a small felt doll in his right hand, the team seemed to made his way to the house's garage. After a few hours, he was done and the plan in action. The boy watched his oblivious father drive away in his car, unaware of the tampering that had been done to the vehicle. Sitting on his bed, the young man took his dear pet out of the box and began to press harshly on its square plastic head. As it trembled in pain, he waited on the outcome of his small experiment. After the car accident, he recovered the doll that had been planted below the seat and returned to his home. Placing it on his desk, he watched it closely for that same spark that remained inside his robotic friend. Much to his frustration, no movement came from the doll. Nothing! The vessel he had prepared for his father was empty, devoid of even a single remnant of life. Furious by his failure, he ripped the felt doll apart and threw it aside. What? Oh. From then on, he was free of the shackles of his drunken caretaker, but without the trophy he had planned to take from his monstrous act of sabotage. Unflinching in his resolve, and with no guilt in his empty heart, he contemplated what to do next. I was kidding when I said there was to be a quiz, by the way. Not that it matters, though, thank God. 2 nights remaining. What we gotta do this time? Night 4. Collect the pieces. What do you mean pieces? Pieces of what? Pieces of the doll, maybe? Oh, it is a doll. Don't hear anything? Let's go check on Foxy for the first time, see what happens. Don't hear anything? Enough to worry? Oh, Foxy. Foxy, Foxy, Foxy. Hola? Hola, ¿cómo estás? Well, telling me I've got to find a doll for each of them. Is that what this is? Will the pieces randomize location? I have an advantage now. We're doing well. I just need to check the supply closet and everything else is in the front. No, don't risk. Yeah, I saw the fox. I saw the fox hook. Okay. Yeah, okay. So that's where the other two pieces are. Okay. I think I've got everything now. Okay, so if he sings it twice, then he's out of his stuff, out of his things, but I can't outrun him. Let's go left just to stop Foxy from getting out a bit earlier. And then I'll head over to the right and get the rest of the plushy pieces. What happens if I get the Foxy plushie? Because it doesn't seem like he did anything. Last time, really. No, I heard him, dum 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 dum. Bullshit, dude, that bullshit. Last time, so. I'm gonna go over to the left. Listen, just watch him so then he can fuck off. And then go and get some of the pieces. Oh, thank God. That must have been fucking close as all hell. Okay, I think we're almost done. You are pulled back to safety, away from the monsters lurking in the abandoned restaurant. That's different. The Shadow offers one more story to clear away the fog inside your mind. Will you accept? Yes, I will. I will. Because I know what happened. There once was a sick, twisted monster who stalked its victim from the shadows. Amidst the rain, this vile vampire society spotted a young girl left outside the entrance to a family restaurant. She looked in from a window, as other kids had fun and celebrated without her. The monster approached the girl, its body trembling in tissue, perfect up out in front. Maybe, if some humanity was still lingering, some shred of dignity had remained in her hollow heart, would have felt pity for her. Maybe I could have sympathized with the situation. It stood still, inches away, hands reaching out for the sounds of its breathing masked by the downpours. The child felt a chill down her spine. Saw its eyes looking at her in the reflection of the glass. She slowly turned around. You, you rotten, ignorant, heartless. You left that innocent little girl in that attitude, lonesome. Your hands were tearing, and you felt nothing. And for what? You don't remember? We all know that. Excuse me. If it were up to me, I would have left you alone. Tossing her in the trash after capturing her. But now it's time for you to feel her pain. To feel the pain that all your victims suffered. Rotten hell, William F. Alongside the shadows of. Oh, this isn't gonna be easy. One night remaining. Do I dare? Do I dare? I barely scraped by last time. Oh, 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 oh. I don't like that. Night 5, run. Oh god. I'm gonna try this night 3 times, I think. If I can't do it, then I think I'm gonna give up. But I'll see how hard it is. I was almost trapped in for a second. That didn't go as well as I hoped. Alright, let's try 1 or 3. I made it to 2 or 3 a.m. I think? I made it to 2 a.m. I know that, but I don't know if I made it. Can I just stay in here? Can I just stay in the security room? Can I just stay here? I might have a strategy. I don't know if it'll work. I need to see how Freddy works. Because it might. Where am I? What? Oh, it doesn't make sense. Okay, so my knowledge of layout won't help me any. I'm pretty sure I didn't click. Bitch. Ugh. I'm gonna try something. Yes, this is what I wanted to try. It works! I mean, but now it's working. Let's see if it'll continue to. I'm concerned about Freddy. I just hope he's the one who kills me. Because And he's the only one I don't know how he works yet. I don't know his mechanic. I know how everyone else works. I don't know how he works. But it's that little laugh that tells me Bonnie's nearby, and Chica doesn't go out to the outside of the only Bonnie. They seem to be the same spawn as well for where they come up. Above the table with the cup, the paper, and the crumpled paper. Made it to 4. Okay. This is nice and relaxing, isn't it? 5 a.m. Foxy. I think this works. So I've done something wrong because that should have been right. I think I made it, but something happened. No, it's not surviving. That's the problem. There's 2 places I can think of that it wants me to get to. Either the exit or the back room, so then I can experience what they felt. So let's give that a try. Because it did work. I did survive, but that's not the objective of Night 5. This direction? At the arcades. But didn't they just come from there? Yes. Oh, for fuck's sake. Maybe? I don't know. I have tried. I've tried. I can't seem to do it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause. I'm going to look up the answer and I'm going to continue there. Because I did give it a fair shot. So I found a link to a wiki which tells you how to beat Night 5. Here's the gameplay. If you don't want to, just skip ahead until you can see me playing the game again. And you won't have to hear this, just in case you don't want to. But if you do, then here's what it says. The only objective for Night 5 is to escape Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. During Night 5, the restaurant is covered with heavy static and a deep red filter. The player must move from screen to screen as normal. However, Night 5 does not follow the usual layout of the restaurant. The player will be placed at a random location within the restaurant on each screen until they eventually reach the bathroom. Because the only exit out of the bathroom is back the way the player entered, this will then put them in the office and complete the night. Because of this, Bonnie and Chica function differently as they cannot patrol their normal routes. Instead, when the player enters a new room without being attacked, and the room has 4 exits, including the one that the player entered from, Bonnie and Chica will each spawn at 2 of the 3 remaining exits. The player must listen using right-click to determine which exits are unsafe and choose the remaining exit. Neither Bonnie or Chica will despawn if the player waits, so determining which exit is the only safe route. Is key. Bonnie and Chica will still enter the player's room if they take too long. If the player enters a screen with 3 or fewer exits, including the one that the player entered from, either Bonnie or Chica will spawn at one of the remaining exits, and the other will spawn in the room with the player. Night 5 is the shortest, which means that Freddy is now a serious risk as 6 a.m. will come quicker than any night before it. And there are 2 conflicting pieces. One of them says animatronics active are Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy. Yet, on the same page, it says all animatronics except for Foxy are active. So I don't know what to believe. When I was at the Cove, I didn't see anything about Foxy, so I'm gonna assume that's right. So it's just random, basically, to find the room I need. It's just luck, so I could just brute forces to eventually I would get there and win, which I'm gonna try. Okay, Night 5, run. Unsafe. How do we say? Nope. Oh, this is not easy. Well, I think I'm gonna take an hour or so and come back and see if I can have another go at it. See you then.